Hey guys, it's back. It's seriously back. Alright. Say hello to the friends.
Hi, I'm Enderman.
Hi, I'm Luigi. This is gonna be fun.
Sup, I am Sonic, and I have a problem with my neck. Sorry. Woohoo! It's me, Mario! And today we're gonna react to the last one. Probably the last one. It is top 60 non-gaming
Creepy.
Pastas.
Yeah, and I got Enderman,
Sup?
Luigi, sup, Sonic, sup, Mario, sup. And we're gonna do this. Here's the previous ones. Top 22 gaming creepypastas.
Top 25 lost episode creepypastas.
Top 15 ritual creepypastas.
Top 22 non-gaming creepypastas. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go! Let's do this, guys.
This video contains disturbing content, violent content,
Jump scares,
and very loud noises.
Viewer discretion advised.
Ah, Satan! What was that? Oh no. Yes! You guys get to see what I experience! Yes! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Let's do this. Aww. Hey! No, you can see mine! My experience of gaming creepypastas! Hooray!
No, you can see my experience in ritual creepypastas.
No, this can't be happening.
Yes. No, not the lost episode creepypastas. We're going to experience this again. No. Wait, what's going on?
I don't know. Static! What's going on? You're static! This is bad. Top 22 non-gaming creepypastas. Yes, we can see this again! Woo! I hope so. Aww. Non-gaming? That's weird. Top 22 gaming creepypastas. We get to see this with me! Yes! Aww. Gaming? Non-gaming?
Top 25, no, top 15 ritual creepypastas. Let's do this again. Ritual.
Gaming? Non-gaming?
Top 25 lost episode creepypastas. Let's do this. What? Lost.
Videos have been completed. Top non-gaming, top gaming, top ritual, and top lost episode creepypastas have all been completed.
There's a thing there. What's that? I don't know.
Top 60 non-gaming creepypastas?
I don't get it. Why is this?
I don't know, but it's a big pile of mystery. Hey, we turned off the lights.
Creepypasta, a term that grew out of the 4chan terminology copypasta, for copy and paste text that goes viral. These modern-day ghost stories and urban legends often walk that fine line between internet fact and internet lore,
Oh
and
no.
some are downright terrifying.
Oh no.
People around the world share their bizarre and terrifying stories, hoping that the tales will gain popularity and become classics, often quoted or cited by horror fans and frightened
Hey,
netizens.
policeman.
They're the stuff of nightmares, and we're gonna take a look at the top 60 non-gaming creepypastas.
Top 60 non-gaming
Creepypastas.
60? This is scary, Enderman. Hold me.
Don't worry, baby. I got you.
The Hangman.
The Hangman?
The Hangman was a poem written by Maurice Ogden in 1951
Oh.
and first published in 1954 in Masses and Mainstream magazine under the pseudonym Jack
You're a
Denoya.
handsome boy right there.
Its
We have
plot
a
concerns
handsome
hangman
boy right
who
there.
arrives in a town and executes the citizens one by one. As each citizen is executed, the others are afraid to object out of fear that they will be next. Finally, there is nobody remaining in the town except for the hangman and the narrator of the poem. The narrator is then executed by the hangman, as by then there is no one left who will defend him. The poem is usually cited as an indictment of those who stand idly by, while others commit grave evil or injustice, such as during the Holocaust.
Jesus Christ, man.
59.
Oh god, this is terrifying.
The Bunk Bed.
The bunk bed.
The story revolves around a 27-year-old recalling his horrifying memories of when he was a child.
Huh?
The bunk bed that he slept in was bought by his father out of joy when he realized that his wife was going to have twins.
What?
At 3 years old, the child would be placed in the bottom bunk of his bed, while his brother would torment him from above. Every night was apparently the same. The brother would growl at him in his malevolent croak about all the pain
The door's
and misery
opening,
awaiting
Mario.
him,
Oh god,
and
I
various
see
tortures
that.
he had thought up. It was later revealed that his brother had sadly died whilst his mother was giving birth, and his parents would refuse to talk about it. Now as an adult, he explained that he can finally sleep only if he takes pills.
Oh,
I was glad he didn't have to see him, because he was on the top bunk.
Oh
58.
Honora Petrova.
no.
Honora Petrova was born in Portland, Oregon. She was one of the most promising figure skaters in the United States until she discovered a sentient Wikipedia page about her. After trying to selfishly alter her fate by editing the page, her life spirals out of control in the most unexpected ways. She first speculated her father or figure skating club had made the Wikipedia page as a way to inspire her to win. When she asked her dad about it flatly, he denied.
What?
Strangely, when she would check her Wikipedia page for competitions, it consistently and accurately predicted her subsequent victories at every tournament. She wanted to win a chance at the Olympics so bad that when it came time to try out for the sectionals, she decided to cheat and influence her Wikipedia page. When she tried to update the page, instead of displaying what she wanted, it had wrote horrible statements. Honora was banned from the competition for attempting to sabotage the other team's skates,
What was that?
which she denied.
I don't know what was
It began
that.
to become
I have
clear
no
that the
idea.
Wikipedia page predictions were coming
Luigi, are you
true.
okay?
Yeah,
It
I'm
should be
okay.
noted that the
I got $1.
administration at Wikipedia was
$1?
not aware of this page, and it is speculated that only Honora had access to
Wispy Man?
it, or she
No,
fabricated
that's a bad
the
idea.
story.
I'm sorry.
It's okay,
The
Bert.
page continued to have horrible
Okay.
descriptions of her, from one tragedy after another. It said her
Oh,
parents
God,
ended up in a
Smoochie. I
terrible
better look
accident,
this way.
and she would
No,
be
I gotta pay
penniless.
attention to the video.
When Honora tried to contact her parents
Stupid
after reading
charger.
that particular page entry,
Christian, you better
she heard nothing
pay
but
attention to the
laughter
charger.
at the
Yes,
other
I
end.
know.
When she eventually viewed call records from her parents' phone,
Police brutality!
show the
Police
calls she
brutality!
tried to
We
make
blame
to
this on police
Honora
brutality!
became very despondent and reclusive. She eventually received a settlement for her parents' death and moved to Switzerland. While in Europe, she abandoned her habit of checking the page and started to become a success in her craft again. Unfortunately, before an audition for the ice circus, she relapsed into her old habit of checking the page to see possible results. It read that she would die friendless and penniless on the day before the audition, and the predictions came true.
Shit!
57! Yes! My favorite number!
Where bad kids go.
Where bad kids go?
This story describes a photographer who decides to find out more about an old children's show that he used to watch as a child in wartime Lebanon. From what he remembers, the show relied on very graphic imagery and scare tactics to keep kids from misbehaving.
Oh,
He
God.
believes that the show was an attempt
I don't
by
want
the
children
media
to
to
die.
keep children
Me
in
either.
check.
I don't want children
As
to
the
die.
moral
I'm
of
only
every
7
episode
years
revolved around
old.
some sort of
Wait, I'm not
strict
7 years old. I'm
ideology,
10 years old.
such as bad kids stay up late
Don't
and
worry,
bad
Luigi.
kids
It's gonna be
steal
okay.
food from the
I'm
fridge at
here.
night.
Everything's gonna
You
be
may
okay.
think that's very mundane. However, the one thing that the photographer remembered, the most at least, was the closing scene of every single episode. It was the same thing every time, actually. The camera would slowly zoom towards a old rusted door, and as it got closer, screams of some kind could be heard. The closer the camera got to the door, the louder and clearer the screams would get. When the screaming couldn't get any worse, an Arabic text read, "That's where bad kids go," signifying the end of the episode. Fast forwarding to the present, somehow the photographer managed to track down the studio where the old show was
Put in
filmed.
a cellar?
Although
I'm
the
not getting
place
put in a
looked
cellar.
like it had been abandoned for quite a long time, the infamous rusted door from his childhood was still there. He then discovered beyond the door lay a small room which was covered in traces of blood, feces, and bones. And what scared him the most is that beyond all that, in the middle of the room, was a caged microphone which hung from the roof.
You have been very naughty, children. You're not getting shit for Christmas. Ha ha ha.
Molly the Dolly.
Molly the Dolly.
A 12-year-old girl named Alicia and her 10-year-old sister, Abby, and her mother had just moved into a new house. It was new and big, just like they'd wanted.
Wait, that's it,
They just needed
2014?
to get some
I
basic
love
everyday household
2014.
belongings from the store. Alicia's mother had spotted something in the bargain bin of the shop. It was a doll called Molly the Dolly,
Molly
as
the Dolly.
described on the label. To the mother, the doll looked beautiful. Alicia thought it looked creepy, and Abby thought it looked funny. Molly the Dolly was described as wearing an orange, pinkish dress that was ripped at the sleeves and neckline.
Is that a Garry's Mod?
Large black
Yeah, I guess
eyes
that's a
that
Garry's
looked
Mod.
it
Looks
was
like
staring
it's
at
from
nothing.
Suez Filmmaker.
The mother paid for the doll, and when they arrived home, she placed it on the mantelpiece. That night, Alicia heard some childish laughter, singing.
Molly's jumping out the mantelpiece and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia thought it was just Abby playing a prank, but a few minutes later, she heard it again.
Molly's walking across the living room and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia tried shouting for her mother, but there was no answer.
Molly's coming up the stairs and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia thought it was actually Molly the Dolly, considering Abby and her mother were not answering.
I saw her.
Molly's walking across the hall, Molly's gonna kill you.
Petrified, Alicia climbed out of bed and could see the shadow underneath the door.
Molly's walking across the room and Molly's almost here.
The door to Alicia's room opened, and she was paralyzed with fear and could not move.
Molly's here now, and now you're dead.
That morning, the mother came to wake Alicia up, but she wasn't there. There was no sign of her. Nothing. Alicia's mom went down into the living room, running, but only saw Molly, right where she was placed yesterday, and another doll that looked exactly like Alicia.
Well, that's pretty stupid.
It's become another doll.
The angel statue.
The angel
A
statue.
report in 1996 revolved around an incident when a couple decided to go out for the night. They called up their usual babysitter to come and take care of the kids. When the babysitter arrived, the children were already asleep, so she decided that she could pass the time by watching some TV. However, the only TV that had cable was situated inside the parents' bedroom, so she called them to see if it would be all right with them. The parents agreed, but then the babysitter asked if she could cover up the angel statue which was situated in the room, as it made her feel pretty nervous. Upon hearing this, the father instructed her to immediately get the kids out of the house and call the police, because they did not own an angel statue. At this point, it was unclear whether the babysitter and children did manage to escape the house, as several variations of this story exist.
What could possibly go wrong?
Antron. Antron is a robotic humanoid that was witnessed and reported in 1972. It was found by a father at a garbage dump. When he brought it home, it became self-aware and woke up. The family named it Antron and adopted the robot as part of the family. For a while, Antron acted in a normal manner and showed no signs of malfunctioning or changes. 4 months later, it eventually injured one of the children. The father scolded the robot, but Antron didn't understand. It thought it perceived the scolding as a threat and ran away from the house. Antron was later witnessed stalking the family from windows and doors until one day the father's son had gone missing. Antron was never seen or heard from again, and the son was never found. All that had remained was Antron's favorite toy car.
Favorite toy motherfucking car. Jesus Christ.
Eyeless Jack.
Oh, I heard
Jack
about
had
him.
been reported as a strange humanoid figure wearing a black hoodie and a blue mask with black holes for eyes. Eyeless Jack had been found to attack victims and remove their kidneys, sometimes even murdering victims without drawing attention. One of the reports involved 2 people who had heard noises from outside their house. Upon investigation, they could not locate the noise. The following morning, one of them had suffered severe lacerations across the face. He was placed in intensive care at the hospital, and was later told the following day that his kidney had been removed, even though no staff had operated on him. Upon his release from the hospital the following night, he had reported the creature leaning over his bed. The victim said he had tried to get up and take a picture of the creature with the camera when it had lunged at him, clawing at his chest. In a desperate struggle, he managed to escape and run out of the house, but had tripped over a rock, becoming unconscious. He had woken up in a hospital room, and the doctors informed him that his brother was murdered, but he could not identify what had done it. The report says that when he returned home, he found his friend's body on the floor of the upstairs bedroom, with the kidney next to him.
That is damn disgusting. Yeah, sure is disgusting. Who would do that?
Jesus, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Ticky Toby.
Ticky Toby?
Toby grew up with several mental disorders during his childhood, making it difficult for him to fit in with normal people. He was constantly bullied by his classmates for his tics, and was ultimately deemed unsuitable for a public school surrounding, so he switched to homeschooling. Although he had plenty of support from his mother and older sister Lyra, his father lost himself to alcohol, drugs, and gambling, and started abusing his family. When Toby was 17, he and his sister were involved in a tragic car accident, resulting in Lyra's death. Toby's symptoms began to worsen because of this. He lost his appetite for food, and slowly began to lose his memories, and was less social than before. The Slender Man started to repeatedly stalk Toby afterwards in an attempt to turn him into a proxy.
What?
By slowly giving him strange visual and auditory hallucinations.
Slender Man, you will not get me, you son of a bitch! Shut the hell up! He better come here! Slender Man.
He sets his neighborhood on fire as a distraction, but was quickly surrounded by the flames. He was about to give in to his inevitable death when the Slender Man saved him as he was about to black out. When Toby woke up, all of his memories of the past were taken by the Slender Man, as he became a local proxy.
Proxy? Looks like we gotta go. Here, we gotta go. Subscribe if you like this, and leave a like if you want to.
Comment below if you want to.
And to drop a like before I end you.
Okay. See ya. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.